Hey guys, so today we're talking about the Information Extractor AI node, which you come in here, you click on Advanced AI, and then you've got all these different ones. So what's the difference between agents, chains, extractors, all this kind of stuff. So we're looking at the Information Extractor today. Essentially it does exactly what it says. It's going to take a piece of text, an email, rows in a spreadsheet, whatever. Although typically if you have rows in a spreadsheet, you don't really need to extract stuff because you've already got everything kind of separated. But anyways, that's what it does. It's going to be taking text and extracting it. So what we're looking at here is this query. Hi there. My name is Sarah Johnson, and I'm reaching out from Technova Solutions. We're a fast-growing SaaS company, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of like a lead submission form where it's explaining, here's who I am, here's my problem, this is what we're doing. And maybe you want to automate this so you can feed in these different fields into either a CRM or you can feed in the different fields into different agents, whatever it is. What we can do is, we can use this node to extract information from a certain piece of text, like I said. So what we're going to do is drag in the query, and now we're getting this text in here, and this is what it's going to be looking through and pulling out pieces of information from. And we can choose what to pull out by adding in attributes right here. So we have schema type, how to specify the schema for the desired output. We can do like a structured output with a JSON example. We can just kind of leave it as is because we're using the attributes that we put in here, and that's what we're going to do. So now we're just defining, like, out of this text, what do we want to get? So first thing we want is, full name. And then you have to describe what this is. So I have something over here that I'm going to be pasting in the descriptions of. Really, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory for this one. Extracts the sender's full name. We'll make this one required. We'll add another one. This one we're going to do company name. I can just type this one in, really. The company name. I think that should be good because this is, once again, you connect an AI chat model. In this case, we're using Gemini 2.0 Flash. And so AI is looking at this text to extract it rather than, a code node where you have to sort of have like some sort of schema you're looking for. We're using AI. So we're going to make this one required as well. We will do project type, which we will put in the description as, sorry, I'm getting a little distracted over here. The type of project client is requesting. Sorry, my phone just started ringing. Looks like spam. We'll make this one required. And then we'll do, let's see, employee count. And so we will leave this one as not required, but this is just, we're extracting the approximate company size. We'll leave this one as not required. I'll show what happens basically. We've got budget. Let's see, they mentioned their budget is 25 to 30K. We can make this one required. The budget range project. And then let's see, we'll do timeline as well. So project timeline, we'll leave this one not required. And they said it was what, like within 4 months. Extracts the expected completion timeline. Okay, so there's our attributes that we're looking for. Pretty much I'm just gonna hit test step and it's gonna pull out those fields. So you can see we've got it in a nice structured output where what we could do later is if we had a set field or whatever node we want, we have these in different parameters now. So we could like drag in full name here. We could drag in like something else here. They're not showing up as variables because I put them in the field name rather than the value. So there we go. Cool. So that's what it looks like. And so yeah, we have required fields and we have things that aren't required. So what happens if something that's required isn't there? So let's say the company name was never provided. We'll go back in here and we will switch out, hey, my name is Sarah Johnson, and we're just going to cut off Sarah right there. Hey, my name is Sarah Johnson. Fast growing SaaS. So let's see what happens. Let's see what the AI model does with this information now because it doesn't have company name. So it just filled it in as SaaS because it's required. If we were to turn this off and it's not required, I wonder if it's going to fill it in as SaaS or it's going to, okay, once again, fills it in as SaaS. So that's where your descriptions are going to come into play. The more specific you are here, the better. Similar to like with the text classifier node, you can provide some examples. So it would have to be an actual company name. So like, what if we change this to the name of the company? This should be a business name, not a type of company. Okay, let me just expand this. Not a type of company or business model. Okay, let's see what that does. Same thing. So it still does SAS. It's not required. Let's say, like this field is not required if you can't find a business name output. Let's say you're going to output not provided. And so basically in this case, what we want it to do is we want to prompt this thing to be saying, in this case, not provided, because no company name really is provided. So we'll say, first what I'm going to try is giving it some examples of company names. And then what I'm going to do if that doesn't work is with everything I've talked about with reactive prompting, coming in here and basically saying, here are things that would not be considered a company name, and then say SAS if that's what keeps happening. So, a company name may sound like this or may look like this. So I don't even remember what they put the first time, but we'll say, True Horizon AI, ABC Corp. We'll say McDonald's. We'll say, Salesforce. Okay, so let's see this now. We gave it some examples of company names. There we go. So now it understands a little bit better. Okay, this is what I'm doing. No company name has been provided here, so we're going to say not provided. So just a good example there of being able to manipulate your prompts, being very reactive to what's going on. Let's go ahead and see what's another one that's not provided. So timeline. Let's go back over here and take out the timeline. Okay, so let's just cut her off after the budget. So our budget for this project is 25-30K. Can you let me know how your team can assist us? Let us go back in here, hit this off. Timeline also not provided. Okay, cool. So I'm not sure if it because it defaults to that or because it knows earlier, we said, hey, this isn't required. If you can't find it, output not provided. Maybe that's what it's doing. So pretty intelligent. We can see, obviously you want to test a bunch of different use cases. You want to test your prompts, make sure each one has a pretty robust description. That way, you don't get 120 leads in your CRM and you realize, oh shoot, like all 20 of these are wrong. In that case, what you could do is just manually run all 120 through back again once you fix your prompts, and it will update. I actually had to do that with my lead form submission because the model stopped working for some reason. And so our deal sheet didn't have all the deals on there. We were missing like 120. So basically just pulled in the emails again, filtered them through, and then basically just remove the duplicates and put them back in. But anyways, that's the information extractor node. Probably didn't need to spend 8 minutes there, but hope it was helpful. Thanks, guys.